every turn. Just like in our communities, where every action, every act of kindness, every effort to help makes a difference. I am the creator of Posh Girl Symposium. Posh is a symposium for 5th and 6th graders at Queens College where they are encouraged to be more passionate, optimistic, strong, and healthy, and stamp out hunger. We collect unused quality stamps to feed the hungry. Some people don't have the basic necessity of food, so I wanted to be able to help. Be the balance, the strength, and the grace your community needs. Together, we can achieve greatness. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Rico Knowles. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
On our broadcast this late night, an update tonight from investigators on the Andros plane crash, what they are sharing, and what happens next with the investigation. The Prime Minister continuing to tout the successes coming from solar energy, and BTVI's graduation ceremony for students on Abaco. Those stories and more this late night, Tuesday, July 14th, 2026.
The Bahamas Tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
And we are glad to have you with us this late night. A team dispatched, the scene canvassed, evidence collected, and findings documented. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Authority today revealing key areas they are focusing on and priorities moving forward 4 days post that deadly plane crash in Andros. Fern Curry starts us off tonight.
While the probe is still in the preliminary stages, Chief Accident Investigator Kendall Dossett shares that his team is focusing on key aspects of the evidence, like the plane's engine, as they work to determine what caused the aircraft to crash shortly after takeoff from the Lyndon Pinling International Airport en route to North Andros.
The inspection and analysis phase, once we recover the aircraft, that's when we transport it to the United States. And so that's the main piece of evidence is the aircraft itself. But so photo documentation, taking of measurements, and observing the condition of the aircraft, that's really what was the focus at that time.
The chief investigator also indicated that the absence of a black box which stores flight data will not hinder the investigation.
Aircraft of this size are not required by regulations to have a cockpit voice recorder or flight data recorder, and so that's a norm. And so persons or investigators are aware that piece of information you would not have access to, for say, if it was a bigger aircraft. But certainly the evidence that we can't collect, it does give us an indication, and it provides enough information for us to come up with a determination of probable cause and other findings.
Dossett also addressed concerns about the safety of the airline sector.
It definitely would be one of the worst, indeed one of the worst, based on recent history. We'd have lost, unfortunately, 10 lives. And again, we can't express enough how our hearts grieve with the loved ones. I think especially because of what time of year it was, being Independence Day. And so certainly that's motivation for us. And every time we step out on these accident sites, the intent is to make aviation safer.
The preliminary report on the crash is expected to be released within 30 days, with the final report to be made public within 12 months. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
And Fern, aviation officials are stressing that it is still too early to determine the cause of the Independence Day fiery crash or identify any contributing factors. But Aviation Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, assures a thorough review of the country's aviation safety processes is already underway.
We have had a post-mortem review that was hosted by CAB, and we will be having further meetings to review some of the processes. And obviously, they are the regulators. They have been leading in the sector, and they have a good relationship with ICAO. And so this is going to require a full assessment of where they are, but I'll allow them to complete some of the internal workings, provide me a more comprehensive update, and then I'll be able to say more.
Well, Giovanni McKenzie was among those who lost his life in that tragic North Andros plane crash this past Friday. And for those who knew him best, the pain of his loss is matched only by countless questions. Speaking outside the Princess Margaret Hospital's morgue, Associate Pastor of Revolution Church, Shaquille Hanna, fondly remembered Giovanni as a man of unwavering faith whose life, leadership, and love for music touched countless people. As the McKenzie family continues searching for answers, Pastor Hanna says the church remains steadfast in its commitment to stand beside them, offering prayer, strength, and unconditional support through one of the darkest moments they've ever faced.
Heavy is the best word I could use at this time. Obviously, we're still processing it. We are people of faith. Obviously, I'm a man of God, but that doesn't leave you void of the human emotions, the things that you still have to process, walking through with the family, walking through with the various members, and on a day when we were supposed to be celebrating. This is what we were faced with, and we are still walking through. But I'll tell you one thing, we need answers. We need answers. It behooves me to understand why days later, we still feel like we going through all of this uncertainty. You know, while persons are still in mourning, there's no level of closure, and there seems to be nothing in sight in terms of when will we get that closure, what will be explained, who will be responsible, who is coming forward. What are we going to tell these families now who now have to live without their loved ones from now until that day?
Meantime, with heavy hearts, members of the New Life Restoration Ministries painfully remembered the lives of 2 other crash victims. We pick up that report now from our West colleague Forbes.
The praise and worship continued, but there was a noticeable void. 2 men who had become an important part of the praise and worship ministries were no longer standing in their usual places.
I was filling in for Mateo for the Independence because, you know, they went to Andros and a part of the band was staying in Nassau. And during sound check, we got a call, well, the drummer got a call saying that they can't reach Gio or any of the other band members. And the funny thing was I literally spoke with the band leader 20 minutes before we got the call.
The associate pastor, Drexter Miller, remembered them as men who had been a part of the church family for the past 6 years. He said he witnessed their spiritual growth firsthand.
I've seen them come into service, just play, and then sneak out before the service. And then I watched them as they stayed the entire service.
While many knew them for their musical talents beyond the church walls, the assistant pastor said it was their character that spoke the loudest.
I saw the growth spiritually. I saw the impact that they made. Never had a negative encounter with them. They're so quiet, yet so encouraging. They used to call Mateo the preacher.
As their church family continues to mourn their loss, a fellow musician that shared the stage with the lead guitarist and director of the praise and worship team shared how hard this past Sunday was for the team.
Mateo and Chad were really close friends of mine, but it's gonna take a while for things to go back to a new normal. So, yeah.
Associate Pastor Miller is offering encouragement to the family.
See God. Cast upon him all of your cares and your burden because he cares for you. I want you to know that he has not forgotten you in this time of mourning. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to call back and just think about the memories of them. But it's most important to know that God has never forgotten you.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
We have much more to get to this late night. When we come back, work continues at the new Blue Hill Road Clinic and is ahead of schedule. That and more. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight at 11. Stay with us.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
When the craving hits, there's only one thing everybody agrees on. Hot, crispy, Wendy's chicken tenders. Made to satisfy every bite. Whether it's served as a slider or wrap, it's always perfectly seasoned, perfectly crunchy, and always cooked fresh. From lunch with friends to family moments worth sharing. For chicken tenders you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
To some of the other items in the news this late night, the Davis administration is counting on that $500 million LNG project to diversify the country's energy mix, strengthen energy security, and support the transition to cleaner, more efficient power generation. For Shell, the partnership represents a combined strength of global expertise and local knowledge. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis gave an overview of the steps taken by his government to reduce dependence on fossil fuels.
In June 2023, we announced a multifaceted mitigation approach, one that brought solar technology to the Family Islands, opened negotiations for cleaner energy sources in New Providence, and piloted ocean thermal energy conversion systems across 9 islands. Technology capable of delivering both carbon-neutral energy and drinking water. That December, we turned our attention squarely to the Family Islands, formally launching a request for proposals for solar energy microgrids. By November 2024, at the Energy Summit, we went further still, laying out what we call our new energy vision, a 6-point plan to reform the sector from the ground up.
Construction of the new Blue Hill Road Government Clinic said to be progressing ahead of schedule. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville revealing as much a few months after ground was broken for the $12 million project, a replacement and relocation of the former Coconut Grove facility. The 14,500 square foot health center will offer varied services ranging from a community morgue, ambulance garage, and medical waste buildings.
Out of the renovations of the 52 clinics across the archipelago, I'm very pleased with the progress of the Blue Hill Road Clinic. The contractor's doing an excellent job. I believe he will come in before schedule. You see the roof is on, the black coating on the roof is up, and very shortly you'll see even more movement in the area as the windows and start to do the interior work in that clinic. It's going to be a very important asset for the Department of Public Health. Its close proximity to the Princess Margaret Hospital will divert a lot of the urgent care traffic that's presently at the accident emergency towards that facility, and it will help us to manage the overflow that currently exists at the Princess Margaret Hospital.
If you thought we were done with graduation season, well, think again. The latest group to complete their studies came from the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute on Abaco. Cleopatra Murphy was there.
It was a milestone moment for BTVI's Abaco Extension Campus Monday as the first cohort of 21 students completed their studies and graduated during a ceremony at Friendship Tabernacle Church. Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable Chester Cooper, encouraged the group to be lifelong learners, adding that Abaco is rebuilding in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian, and the group represents the resilience the island has become known for.
Your graduation today is a symbol of hope, determination, and the enduring spirit of a community that refuses to be defined by adversity. You are living proof that resilience is not just about survival, but finding the courage to rebuild, to grow and to move forward with purpose.
BTVI President Kishan Bastian says officials are positioning BTVI to become the country's top institution for workforce development, a training hub, and a leader in the region.
Statistics have shown us when countries invest in technical education, it invests in its future. The opportunity for us at BTVI is no different.
Guest speaker and president of the Dar Foundation, Ryan Forbes, advised the group to make their life a life of purpose.
You have to be determined, consistent, ambitious, and get up and make those calls and network and connections and apply for the job, start that business, find the money, find the capital, look for the opportunity, build your brand, and do what you can to make sure that you have a legacy that you can be proud of.
For the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Stay up for late night sports. Here's Zamajal with a preview of what's coming up.
The Bahamas takes down Nicaragua. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Long Island, we've helped 77 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $1.9 million in approved funding, the SPDC is strengthening Long Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: fishing, transportation, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SPDC, Bahamas.
Have you seen the news lately? Around the world, rising temperatures are driving up demand for electricity and putting power grids to the test. The Bahamas is no exception. That's why Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited is working with its partners to strengthen the grid to meet our ever-growing energy needs.
We're seeing peak loads upwards of 280 megawatts, which we typically don't see until the latter part of summer. So again, we're experiencing a heavy demand on the system.
This reality makes the work underway to strengthen the grid even more important. That includes new substations and upgrades to power lines that carry electricity to homes and businesses.
So this project includes multiple smaller projects that includes reinforcement of the existing as well as modernization of the existing grid. This again allows us to bring and have a lot of redundancy in the transmission network.
Across in Providence, 3 utility-scale solar farms are being developed, each expected to provide up to 20 megawatts of solar energy.
But the ability to phase in and pass into the grid some components and certain amount of megawatts of electricity is currently being looked at. And hopefully, all being well, we'll be able to start that process, if not by the end of this year, then definitely early in 2027.
More than 85,000 consumers rely on BPL for electricity across in Providence, a number that's expected to grow along with the island's energy needs.
But with all the IPPs, the microgrid projects, LNG, we're going to LNG, which is a cleaner, more efficient fuel. I think the future of energy in the Bahamas is very good. But there's going to be some time to get it right. Those things are in place. We have a number of projects ongoing right now. And as they roll up, the customer will see the tremendous benefit.
As rising temperatures continue to place a greater demand on power grids around the world, the investments being made today are helping to build a more reliable energy future for consumers here at home.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. It was a check in the win column for the Bahamas women's national basketball team as they would pick up their first dub in this window of the FIBA Women's Central Basket Qualifiers over in Managua, Nicaragua. The 2-4-2 would square off with the host country last night in a game that would see the lead change hands 12 times, remained in the balance until the final moment. The Bahamas holding off a furious fourth quarter rally from the host, secured the victory with a 73-67 win. Bahamas was led by LaShawn Higgs, who finished with a game-high 25 points. Valerie Nesbitt chipped in with 21, 5 boards, and 2 assists as well. Next up for the ladies, their final clash of this window, a showdown with Mexico on Wednesday.
I feel great after coming off that loss yesterday. That fueled us up, and we was just ready to go. And we came out and execute more and listen to the coaches. We got to go back to the drawing board, still capitalize on little mistakes that we had, turnovers and stuff. We got to limit them because Mexico is a good team. But we coming out, we're going to have a game plan. We're going to trust our coaches, and we're going to trust each other and do what we need to do to get a victory.
Years in just a matter of weeks, 2 major international competitions set to be held. First up, the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. Around the same time, the Central American and Caribbean Games in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. Bahamas Olympic Committee releasing the names of the athletes and coaches that will represent the 242. Our Swanson Gibson Jr. lets us know who they are.
The Bahamas Olympic Committee announces its roster for the upcoming Commonwealth and Central American and Caribbean Games. For the Commonwealth Games in athletics, we have Anthea Charlton, Devin Charlton, Stephen Gardner, Rima Odobor, Oscar Smith, Anthony Strawn, Keyshawn Strawn, Charisma Taylor, Donald Thomas, and Kendrick Thompson. In boxing, we have Carl Heels and Rashield Williams. Over in judo, we have Kara Hanna and Xavion Johnson. In swimming, we feature Joanna Evans, Emanuela Gadsden, Marvin Johnson, Lamar Taylor, Zaylee Elizabeth Thompson, and Elise Wood. Team officials include Roy Colebrook, Darcy Raming, Ricky Davis, Claudine Newell, and Adam Waterhouse. On the coaching staff, we have Corrington Maycock, James Roll, Andre Seymour, Darren Lightbourne, Willard McKenzie Jr., Gina Culmer-Taylor, Travana McPhee, and Lester Taylor. For the CAC Games, in archery, we have LaRon Roll and Liz Roll. In athletics, we have Wendell Miller, Denisha Cartwright, Serena Brown, Somali William Farrington, Ian Kerr, Adam Musgrove, Camille Rutherford, Printasia Johnson, Anthony Strawn, Sean Miller Jr., Taraj Hudson, Brendan Vanderpool, Tyler Cash, Zion Campbell, Kennedy Knowles Madsky, Alan Tracy Mortimer, and Kyle Higgs coaching as well. In boxing, we have Anai Powell, Keanu Green, and Jermaine Johnson coaching. Over in equestrian, we have Anna Vlaslov, Heidi Mayo, Jan Distel, Tina Hald. And for the esports, we have Adam Hanna and Derek Wong Jr. Teeing off in golf is Madison Carroll Carlos. Then we have David Harris. Back at it in judo is Kara Hanna and Xavion Johnson. Onisi Pons coaches the contingent. In sailing, we have Joshua Higgins, Eliza Denning, Mary Nash, Eliane Higgs, Patrick Tomlinson, Joss Knowles, Nash Cartwright, Laurie Lowe, James Lowe, and Niels Brockhuizen. Diving into swimming, we have Tristan Hepburn, Jack Barr, Renishka Gibbs, Leela Lewis, Victoria Russell, Caden Wells, Zoe Williamson, Airden Monker, Tristan Ferguson, Courtney Jones-Barr, Cameron Bruni. And in the wrestling discipline, we have Shannon Hanna II and Clinton Birtle coaching. The CAC Games occur from July 24th through August 8th, while the Commonwealth Games take place from July 23rd through August 2nd. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
And finally, in sailing news, Long Island has dominated the local sailing scene for the past few years. And if recent performances are any indicator, that trend is expected to continue. Our Charles Fisher tells us why in this report.
Long Island, considered the sailing capital of the Bahamas, top skipper Stephen Knowles has been dominating the last few years. Rest easy, the future looks good. Both offsprings now taking the tiller. 19-year-old Crystal Cartwright, son of Colin Cartwright, has won numerous regattas in his young career and was recently named top skipper and recorded the most wins in Sacrifice and Susan Chase and the legend A-B&C class in Andros.
Yeah, next I'll be in Roldan or Black Point, and then best of the best in December.
Chip off the old blog, the Knowles brothers, Don Knowles Jr. and brother, says it's all in their genes.
We born sailing, we born in the boat. From we was little boys, we was always in boats, so it just comes second nature to us almost. And then we also practice a lot, and we understand a lot, and, you know, we have some of the best boat builders in the Bahamas. Mark Knowles, Don Knowles, you know. So it's hard not to win when you have everything at your fingertips.
Commodore Stafford and Bristol praising the young skippers, especially young Crystal.
He reminds me about myself, and believe it or not, he make me feel good. You know, make me feel proud to be a sailor, because that's what sailing is all about. The young people coming up, and that boy, he's excellent, and he loves to sail. I saw him sail in Cat Island one time. That boy sailed for 4 hours one day. Every time he came short on one boat, he go to another boat. He can be an Olympic gold medalist.
Future of sailing surely making waves in Long Island. For ZNet Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks, Fisher, and that's all the time we have for you for sports on this Tuesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Big sandwich. I really like the honey mustard sauce. And then like the crispy bacon on it as well.
Oh, it's pepper jack cheese. I love the spice. I love the crunch.
I love the original sandwich, but just that simple addition of bacon was like over the top.
The chicken is really good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I rate this a 10 out of 10. I'd eat this again.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
And it is time now for a look at tonight's weather forecast. For that, we say hello to our Diane Dorsett.
Good evening, everyone. Our satellite picture shows pockets of showers and isolated thunderstorms moving westward and away from the Bahamas. These showers and thunderstorms are associated with a low to mid-level trough, which passed over the northwest Bahamas late last night and during the early morning hours. As it moves away from the Bahamas, the heat will worsen, but the area of high pressure that's influencing this weather will begin to break down, allowing tropical moisture to return and cool things down a bit. Now, elsewhere in the tropics, tropical cyclone development is not expected during the next 7 days. Now let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northern Bahamas, it's 86 degrees. In Grand Bahama and Marashaba Abaco, 83 in Atlas Sound Bimini, and it's 89 degrees in Bullocks Harbor. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros is 88 degrees. Down south in Camp Space, South Andros is 87 degrees. 89 in Rock Sound, Eleuthera. In Arthurstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, it's 90 degrees. In Exuma, it's 89. And moving down south to our southernmost islands, Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island, is 88 degrees. Betsy Bay and Auckland's 90. In Matthew, Taninago, it is 86. And for the Turks and Caicos Islands, 88 degrees. Tonight, we're expecting a low of 80 degrees, partly cloudy and very warm. And then tomorrow, again, a high of 91. Intervals of clouds and sun, but like I said, humidity will make things feel much warmer. Now, over the next 7 days, you can expect hot and hazy daytimes, with daytime temperatures climbing into the mid-90s, producing heat indices up to 106 degrees. So remember to drink lots of water and rest in shaded areas whenever you can. That's your late night look at weather. As always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Hot day tomorrow. Thank you, Diane, and thank you for being with us. That is our report here this late night. I'm Corbell Pyfrom for Ammo. Diane and our entire team, you take care, be well, and remember, we will all be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Lakush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
It's yet another busy summer, and you've come to the perfect place to sort it all out. Whether it's events or the trendiest restaurants and bars on the regional scene, Caribbean Passport TV has you covered. Hello everyone, I'm Tamara Williams, and welcome to a half hour of non-stop entertainment, complete with dashes of useful info that'll help you decide where to go next. So let's get moving and find that perfect fit. From hosting popular events and being home to iconic attractions, Barbados has earned its status as one of the world's top holiday hotspots. Exciting developments are always in place.